Hey guys, this is Jason Benoit with Quality Click Control, and I know we're just running a few minutes behind, so I'm just going to be going over Quality Click Control and what you can do with the new version. I know this webinar is just for people that have the self-hosted version. Quality Click Control 5. I think it's 5.6.1 was the last one that we had on the self-hosted side. And I want to show you exactly what now you can do with Quality Click Control 6.0. And I have a special offer at the very end of the webinar, of course, so it's not going to be long. It's just a couple minutes. I just wanted to show you the new features and new things that we have on Quality Click Control 6 and explain to you that actually the new Quality Click Control is coded from the ground up. So it's totally different. It's not like the self-hosted version. The features and things that are in the self-hosted version are also in this version, which is hosted on our servers. And let me explain why we are doing this. Reason being is there's a lot of things that we wanted to do in Quality Click Control that we really couldn't due to not being able to control the server environment. Now, not to get really technical with you, but we couldn't control PHP versions and making sure specific modules are put onto the server and certain things were there, so then we can actually code multiple different things, such as geo-targeting stuff that we wanted to do and multiple other stuff. So we needed to be able to control the environment, and that's why we decided to go with the hosted version. And it makes it a lot easier because most people weren't technically, advanced. So whenever we did an upgrade, there was multiple people that would come back to us and end up, paying us to do the upgrade for them. With this new version, Quality Click Control 6, the upgrades, you don't even notice. It just happens. We do the upgrades across the board. We've made several different upgrades since we've gone live with our hosted version. So what I'm going to do is just actually go into the hosted version and then just show you. This is actually one of my accounts here. And this is, and now what I'm going to do, because you might not be able to see it good, is try to make it bigger so you can see it a little bit better. With the new version, it is responsive. So it works on your desktop, of course, your tablets and cell phones. So again, you can be driving down the road, and I don't actually suggest looking at it when you're driving down the road, but maybe if you're a passenger, you can get out your cell phone, connect to it, and actually see your tracking if there's anything you need to turn on or off, or you're looking at your conversions and want to see how good things are doing. So everybody has their cell phone. They always bring their cell phone with them. So now you have access into Quality Click Control, where it'll actually look really nice and responsive on your phone. So let me just go in and show you some of the differences. On Quality Click Control 5.6.1, the self-hosted version, we used to just have one place where it said, here's campaigns. So now your dashboard is much different. Okay, so you will see let me see. So hopefully you see the dashboard. You'll see the amount of traffic per day in here, and you can actually, when you're setting your links up, you can actually say, is this an incoming or an outgoing, or is this an internal type of link, or is this not applicable, or these funnel pages, and we'll get into all this. So you can actually quickly see on what days and what kind of clicks and how many there are. And I did this as a provider of traffic myself. I wanted to see how much traffic am I sending compared to how much traffic I'm receiving in, to find out a pattern of coordination. And then on your dashboard, of course, it's going to show you, your browser shares and so on and so forth. And up top, it's going to show you how many clicks you've had today, this month so far, and how many you're allowed available for the month, and how many you had last month. Opt-ins for today, this month, last month, and income total this month, last month, so on and so forth. So you have a whole dashboard, so you can actually see your income and everything else as well. So it's pretty crystal clear coming in. And then also when you scroll down, you can see a visitor map of the last 200 visitors that came in and where they came from. And you can drill all the way down into Like here's Florida, you know, if you want to drill down into, here's Winter Haven. So you can actually see what kind of visitor it is, their IP address, what internet service provider they're using. So it's just more features, more maps, more things. Now on the old Quality Click Control, it actually showed just, you know, all the campaigns listed out there. Here we separate them. We have tracking links, split testing, and rotators. Okay, so it's split out a bit differently. So tracking links is exactly what it sounds like. It's just going to be a tracking link that you're going to create. So you still create campaigns under here and links within those campaigns, but it's split out now. So it's a bit different, a bit more organized. Then we have the conversion wizard process. Now, the great thing with the new conversion wizard is you can have custom conversion pixels. So then in the stats, you can actually see if you wanted to put a custom conversion tracking pixel on pages within your funnel, you can actually see, you know, how many people went into how many pages and so on and so forth. So then you have a lot more control over that. And we have the funnel depth feature that I'll get into. And now if you have VAs, which I know there's a bunch of people out there that have VAs, they don't even do their own tracking. They have somebody else do it for them. You can create users over here on the left-hand side and have and give them access to certain things so they can create your links for you and create campaigns, so on and so forth, and tutorials, and then billing and support, of course. So let me just go into tracking links real quick, and you can see view edit campaigns, and here's a bunch of the campaigns I have set up. It's like in a spreadsheet fashion now, so then you can you know, go you can show these any different way: ascending, descending order for campaign name, links, how many links, total clicks in the day, conversion total, so on and so forth. So you can see a real quick outline, of course, of how many clicks you've had today and total altogether in each one of the campaigns. And to add a new campaign, tracking link campaign, I'm just going to add one real quick just to show you guys. And this is Click Tracker. Campaign name, we'll just call it webinar for QCC5. Campaign description, whatever you want to put in there. And then we have detailed information. You can say show advanced configurations. Now we have cookie days, and this is for conversion tracking and rotators. And then blocking hosts. So now in this version, now you can block certain hosts, block IPs, and if one of them comes through, where do you want to send them? And you can also put in the cost of the entire campaign, because maybe you created a tracking link campaign, but it cost you X amount of dollars. You can put that in here, and that'll go towards your, it'll show you your profitability of that entire campaign. Now down below, it'll also have a tutorial video showing you and walking you through the steps. But let's just click on submit, and then we get into, here we are, webinars for QCC5. Now we want to go and add some links in here. Or let me show you actually all the actions we can do. It'll show you the number of links that you have. Right now it's 0. I can click on here to add links, or I can go over to the right under the actions column, and I can either edit this campaign, I can add links, I can actually view the reporting for the entire campaign, not just the links in the campaign, but the entire campaign. I can, of course, disable the entire campaign, or if I wanted to, I can duplicate the campaign. I know a lot of people have wanted this type of feature in the previous version, so they were creating certain, let's say, rotators or split tests kind of things, and they wanted to be able to duplicate it because they wanted it for each traffic provider that they were buying traffic from. They wanted the same links and the same rotator, but they wanted to make it easy to duplicate. So now you can do that. You can just, it's a one-click duplicate. But let's go in and actually add a link, and we'll show you what the links look like now. So here we go. Now we have the links, and you can see there's no data available right now. Default link, well, this is click tracking, so there is no default link. If you're used to QCC5, you understand what I'm talking about with the default link. And on QCC6 now, the default link is for rotators and split testing is defaulted to, it's off. It's not on. It's defaulted off. Here's your links, and then any archive links, you can go over here and see archive links. So let's go back to links. Let's add a link in here. And let's just say we're going to add google.com, okay? And then you just put in your description. Let's go over here, show advanced configuration. Now, this is all that's needed to create a tracking link. It really is. There's not much truly needed. So we wanted to condense it for people that didn't want to see all the advanced configurations. So we just have a little link here that says show advanced configurations, and then you can scroll down and you have all these different things. General link information, click on here. The link direction, is this incoming or outgoing? Now this doesn't really matter. You don't have to put anything there. It's not going to do anything different with your traffic. It's just a classification for you, okay? The sort order, and if you use QCC5 right now, you understand what the sort order is. Tags. Now tags are used if you're used to blogs and certain things like that, and even if you're doing YouTube videos, they have tags, and it's used for people to search. Same thing here. So if you put in tags, you can actually do a search in the upper right-hand corner and search for anything that you had tagged. You can put notes. You can create this into an alias link, so we can call this Google Test. Okay. We can password protect this link. Now this is something new in QCC6. So if you wanted to have this link where somebody has to have a password to get redirected, you'd put that password in here. And then you can also control the text on the page. And this was something that a client asked for, where they were doing a promotion where on the page it said, call me at 1-800 to get the password to see this special promotion, so on and so forth. So you can use this in multiple different ways. And then we have configure mobile traffic. So if you wanted to redirect the mobile traffic, where if you didn't want it to go to Google.com like we have up here, maybe you have a mobile site, want to be something else. You can send mobile traffic to a different link. And then if you paid for traffic for this specific link so far, you can put in the cost in here. And then it'll keep track of all your profitability and stuff. Click number and dates. You guys are used to this. It's the number of clicks that you're expecting. Now, if this is just a click tracker, and we're just tracking the clicks coming in on this, it's not a rotator or split testing or anything. This is just the expected clicks coming in. How many clicks do you really expect to get? Okay, and start date and stop date. Now, it puts an end date way out in the future. Okay, so it needs an end date. And then retargeting and cloaking. Now, this is a brand new feature we put in not too long ago. Now, this allows you to put retargeting pixel code or any kind of pixel code on any page at all. So let's say you're doing some kind of affiliate marketing promotion and you're buying traffic, or maybe you're just sending your own traffic, but you want to put a Facebook retargeting pixel on them, or so then you can promote something else to them in the future. You can do that here. And also, if you're trying to take your tracking link and put it into Facebook, you can put in a page title, page description, and a URL to a page to an image that you want to show up in social media. So this works for Facebook and Twitter and so on and so forth. So if you wanted to take this tracking link, put it into Facebook, and have it show the nice page title and description and whatever image you wanted to show, this is where you'd put all that information. Okay, so it cloaks your image or cloaks your links. You can also put retargeting pixels on there. And of course, we have a little note to say, hey, make sure you test this, because, hey, depending on what you put in here, we want to make sure that everything works for you, okay? Geo-targeting. Now you have, you can put in allowed countries. Now in here, you can just start typing in United States, so on and so forth, United Kingdom. And there is another option in here. We're going to take these out right now, but over here, you can go into your own settings, and this is the settings for the entire program on the left-hand side, and you can tell the program what are your tier 1 countries. So if I go in here, and I've already set my tier 1 countries, I can say all tier 1 countries. It'll automatically allow just the tier 1 countries that I've set. Minimum country percentage, I want 100% to be tier 1. If it's not tier 1 traffic, where do I want to send it to? So you'd put in a link here. Then we have blocking traffic, okay? So now you can block certain things, not just by host. On the old version, you can do host. This version, you can also do IP address, okay? Now there's 3 ways of blocking. Think of it as like a tiered approach. You can block something from the entire system, and that would be by going to settings over here, okay? You can go and modify the systems to block certain things. So if there's a certain IP address that you just don't want this IP address to come in, it's flooding you, something's happening, you can block that IP address on the system side. Then you can do blocking on the campaign level, which on the system level, it's going to block it no matter what campaign or what link. Okay, so you don't ever have to set it on the campaign or link again. It's just in your system settings. Then you can do it via campaign. Okay, so if you just set an IP address to be blocked on a specific campaign, if that person comes in through a different campaign, it's still okay. And then you have blocking by the link. Okay, so there's 3 different levels of it. I know it's kind of hard to explain, but if there's something that comes in, an IP address or something that you don't like that keeps on coming in, I would block them on the system level. Okay, just letting you know that. But then you can block countries too, and this is something new that we didn't do in QCC 6. You can block countries just to say, hey, I don't want, anybody from, maybe it's China that you don't want, or maybe it's Zimbabwe. You can block certain countries to not have access. And then, of course, you'd put a block redirect URL in here, so then it'll send the person to that link. Then we automatically reject crawler traffic. Okay, and now we have a new feature here. It's called advanced bot tracking. Now, this is what a lot of people want. You want to make sure that the traffic you're getting is quality traffic. Okay, so we have a proprietary system and code in place that looks at multiple different things, and we're not going to tell you what we're looking for, because once you tell somebody what you're looking for, they try to program around it. Okay, so we're not going to say exactly what we're looking for, but there is things that we can see that actually put up red flags to say, hey, this just isn't right. This looks like a bot. So you can click on advanced bot tracking, and then if you want to automatically block these possible bots, you can click on here to block the traffic. Now, this is something where these are potential bots. It doesn't mean they definitely are. Okay, it's something that you should be looking into. And in the stats, it'll show the clicks. And actually, when we get to that point, it'll show the clicks in red. Okay, so you can block. And then you have tracking and notification. Now we have tracking here, so you can enable or disable tracking. Same thing as QCC 5 right now. Some links you might not want to have tracking occur on. And it's the way that the tracking system works, or conversion tracking works with QCC. And really, it works a little bit different here, because we can do it via cookies or we can do it via link. So there's a little bit of differences, and we have tutorial videos that go over that. And then we have delete refer. Now, this is a brand new. When I say brand new, this is something we just put in less than a week ago. Okay, you can delete the refer. So if you have a link on a web page and you're sending traffic someplace, you can make it so they don't know the page that the traffic came from. That's something that a lot of people have asked for, so we included that in here. So you can delete refer. You can have email notification and link check. This is something new as well, where you on every, I think what it does is once an hour. I'm not 100% positive. I think it's once an hour. It'll go and check this link to make sure the link is still up and running. And if not, it'll let you know. So you can do email notification, and it'll let you know that, send you an email, say, hey, there's something wrong with this link. If you didn't have email notification, next time you log into your Quality Click Control on your dashboard, you'll see a red error message up top letting you know that there's a problem with the link. So either it's blacklisted or there's a 404 or some kind of error with that link. And then just click submit. And now your link's set up. Now here is your tracking link. There's the destination URL, the maximum clicks, start date, end date, description, total clicks today, conversions, and totals. Now, you see, you don't see actions over to the right-hand side, because I actually blew up my window so you could see it on the webinar. But once there's fields over to the right, you just can't see. Now, if it shrinks everything down and it becomes what's called responsive, so it can work in your cell phones and on your tablets and so on and so forth, you'll see this little plus sign over to the left. If you click on the plus sign, you'll see any other additional fields. Now, these fields are the actions for the link. So we can edit the link, We can see the reporting. We can go and disable this link. Then we can actually duplicate this link, archive the link, set the link tracking on or off. And then, of course, we can set if we want to look for blacklisted, see if the link is blacklisted or not. We can turn all that on or off. Okay. Now, if all of a sudden it finds out that your link is blacklisted, and this is all goes with the link check as well, what'll happen is this icon will turn red if it's blacklisted, or if it does a link check and something's wrong, this will be in red to show you that, hey, there's something wrong with this link. Okay. So that's really how to set up a link. So I don't want to go through every little scenario because there's so many different things we can do, but I want to go into split testing and show you the difference that we have now with the split testing capabilities in QCC 6. So let me add a campaign in here. Split testing, we'll call this webinar QCC 5 for split testing. Webinar QCC 5, okay? Now I'm gonna go into the show advanced configurations for the split testing campaign. Okay, we have multiple different features now in here. We have what's called a sticky feature, where if you're sending somebody to your campaign link, or let's call it rotator link, because some people like that word, but it's for your split testing. You have one link that you send out, and then it's split tested. It sends traffic to multiple links that you have, or multiple URLs that you have set up within it. Now, the sticky option means if somebody comes in to your split testing link, through your split testing link, you can make sure that whatever URL they originally went to, because let's say you had, let's just say that you're split testing 5 sales pages. Okay. Well, if this person clicks on your link and they go to page number 2, next time they click on your split testing link, instead of sending them to page number 3 or 4 or 5, they will always go to the same sales page that they went to before. Now, what this helps out with is actually showing true conversion rates. Okay. So if this person came into link number 2 or sales page number 2, and they hit the link a few more times and they came in multiple times, well, guess what? It's only one unique visitor. So it's not going to hurt the, or it's actually going to show you better statistics on your pages. Instead of if a person clicks on your link multiple times in an email that you sent out, they went to sales page 1, sales page 3, sales page 4, you know, so they go to all these different sales pages. Yeah, sometimes it's just not going to show you, in my opinion, it's not, you know, the best way of doing it. You want that person to go to that one sales page and see if they convert on that sales page. If they don't, okay, they leave. Don't show them multiple different sales pages. Don't show the same person multiple different sales pages. Okay, so you have that sticky option. You can turn it off or on. And then here's another one, determine winner. Now, this is something that we programmed for a CPA network. It was a cash network that wanted us to do this for them. Now, what you can do is, let's say you are doing, let's just pretend, and there's multiple different things you can do with this. Let's say you are wanting to split test multiple different opt-in pages or squeeze pages or something. So then you can go in here and say, I want to send X amount of traffic to this campaign. And then after X amount of traffic, I want it to determine the winner. So let's say after I send 250 clicks, I want to determine the winner of this split test and send the rest of the traffic just to the winner. Now, how do you want to determine the winner? By the EPCs, by the opt-in pages, or total sales? So let's say we're wanting to do it off of opt-ins. We can just say, I want to do it off the opt-in percentage. And I want then you can say there's multiple different ways you can do this. Top opt-in percentage. Well, how many pages do you want to say are the winner? Let's say you had 5 opt-in pages. Do you want to just keep the top 1? Or maybe you want to keep the top 2 opt-in pages running after the 250 clicks. You can do that here. Or you can say, I want any links at or above a specific opt-in percentage. So, hey, if any page is above 45%, keep it running. Pretty neat. So there's multiple different options. Same thing with EPC. So if you're doing a promotion and you're doing some split testing with maybe multiple different CPA offers, and you have it in the split test, you can say, I want to keep after 250 clicks, or after, let's say, 500 clicks, I send this. I want to keep the top EPC, whatever links are getting me the top EPC, I want to keep the top 3. or I can say, hey, I want to keep it if the EPC is above $1 a click. Okay, so there's multiple different things. Same thing with total sales percentages. Now to do this, you have to make sure that you're using the conversion wizard and putting your conversion tracking pixels within the system, so it knows, once you got a sale, so it can do the calculation for the EPCs and knows, opt-in percentages and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is something really cool I wanted you guys to see. And of course, you have blocking hosts and IPs, the same thing as before, and cost of campaign. And then you can hit submit. Now in here, if it is a determined winner campaign, it'll have a little flag here after the name of the campaign. And then after it determines the winner, the flag color turns to blue. So then you know that a winner was set, and it automatically does this in the background. So you don't have to sit there and look at all your links to determine yourself, hey, which one was the best? Let me go and turn off the other one. So then just this one URL is going to get all the traffic. Okay, so that's a cool feature that we have that's new under split testing. Multiple different ways that you can use that. Okay, and then we have rotators. Now I know a lot of people using QCC 5 were solo ad providers, and they're using rotators. Now in here we have the same kind of rotators and a little bit more. We have your fulfillment, your random, and your spillover, okay? And then we also have what's called evenly distribute. Now, evenly distribute is kind of like the split test in QCC 5. What it does, it just evenly or distributed traffic through that rotator, okay? So the first click that came in, no matter who, it would go to link 1. Second click, no matter who, it goes to link 2. Third click, no matter who, link 3. Now, if you only had 3 links in there, the fourth click would then go back to link 1, and evenly distribute the traffic throughout the URLs you have in that rotator. So then you can use evenly distribute like that. And another cool feature that we do have is under the random rotator. Now it's kind of hidden, the feature that we have here. So let me see if I have any random rotators set up. Let me just take a look at one. Yeah, I think this was just a test to begin with. Now in here, under a random rotator, what we can do is on the links that you have set up, there is what's called, now when you're editing a link in a random rotator, quick finish feature. So a random rotator, I know a lot of providers use this, traffic providers, where they have all their clients in a rotator and they're sending traffic randomly. Now all of a sudden, so then they can actually do 5, 10 different solo ad orders at one time using random, and they're all getting traffic. But if somebody all of a sudden comes down to, hey, this one only has 50, 60, 75 clicks left, and I just want to get them done, you can click on this quick finish option, and it gives it more weight. So then that link will get completed quicker, okay, than just using it random. So it's a neat little feature to use. I know some people that are using it now, and they absolutely just love it. So then they can have traffic going to multiple different solo ad orders that they have at the time. And then when something dwindles down where there's only like 100 or less clicks, 100 or smaller clicks left, they go in and click on the quick finish to get those done and over with, so that person is done with that order. So that's a cool little kind of a hidden feature, I guess you would call it, in here. And Conversion Wizard, I'll go through this as quickly as possible. Now with the Conversion Wizard, you can use an image or an iframe. So you just choose which one. Currently right now with QCC 5, it's always been an image. Okay, some places need, I'm sorry, I think it was an iframe. It wasn't an image, it was an iframe we were using. Some places need images, depending on a CPA network that you might be giving a conversion tracking pixel to, or something to that effect. So you just have to find out from affiliate networks, CPA networks, so on and so forth, what you need to use. So let's just say iframe here. Next, link association. Now, do you actually want to do this using cookies or a URL variable? Now, cookies, what that does is it's just understanding how tracking works in QCC. Now, with tracking in QCC, if you are The way that it works is when you have tracking enabled on a link, okay, the last link somebody went to in your QCC, no matter if it's in any one of these rotator, split testing, tracking links, the last link they go to, there's a cookie set on their computer that says this is the last link they went to. So when they go to a page that has this conversion tracking wizard code on it, it reads that cookie to say, okay, this conversion actually belongs to this link. So this opt-in or this sale or whatever it is belongs to this link over here. Okay, so that's when you're using cookies. Or you can just say it's always this conversion for this tracking code that I'm going to use always belongs to this specific link. You can do that. Okay, for the most part, you'd be using cookie. You go to next. Conversion type. What kind of type? Is this an opt-in, a sale, or custom conversion type? Do you see that here? Custom conversion types. So I'm just going to show you an opt-in real quick. Opt-in, next. Now, since it's an opt-in, there's no product information. So you go next, client information. Do you want to forward autoresponder data? If you click on that, hey, only use if you have your site coded in PHP, and here's a little warning that you need to read to make sure that everything's okay. And make sure you have it set up right. If you don't understand code, don't use it. Next, miscellaneous fields that you can add, finish, and then here's your tracking code at the bottom. Now, if you wanted to do conversion tracking, custom conversion tracking code, let me just go through this real quick. Let's say it's a cookie. Let's use custom conversion tracking. So you can call it something. Like, let's say they're going to see video 1 within your sales page or within your funnel. And then conversion category. Well, we'll just give the conversion category the same name, video 1. Next. Is there a product associated with it? Any amount? If not, next. Transaction, any type of information like this? Nope, next. Finish. And then here is your custom code. Now what will happen is in the stats for a link, when you have a custom code, it's going to show you bar graphs. Let's say it shows you the opt-in percentage. Then you also have sales and everything else. It's going to then show a video 1 graph, just how many people went to video 1. And then so if you had multiple custom conversion tracking pixels within your funnel, it's going to show you a bar graph of every single one of them and how many people went to that page or how many times that conversion pixel has been fired or has actually happened. So that is the conversion wizard, and there is a tutorial video that goes into depth of this because it is a little bit trickier than on QCC 5. Then funnel depth over here. This is another cool little feature that you can actually do, and what this does is, let's say we're adding a funnel. You have a funnel called, I'm just going to call this test webinar. Submit. Now we have test webinar in here. Now we need to add pages to it. So then what you do is add a funnel page. In each page, let's call this opt-in page. What is the link to your opt-in page? Page order. Well, this is the first page of the funnel that they'll see. So this is going to be page number 1. Submit. Okay. Now to get your for that page, you need to put on a certain piece of code on that page. This is the code you would put on your opt-in page. So then you can add another page and say this is the OTO. What is the link to your OTO? And what page order? Well, this is the second page somebody would see in the sales funnel. So then here's OTO, and you would put this tracking code on those pages. And then what will end up happening is, I don't have a good visual here for you, is when you go back to your funnel depth over here and you look at your stats for it, it's going to show you each page how many people actually came, raw versus unique, and in the order, okay? So it'll show you, in this case, it's going to show the opt-in page, and then it will show the OTO page. So you can see where the drop-offs are in your funnel. So it's cool to see how far somebody has gone in. So you can use this funnel depth, or other people use just the conversion tracking wizard and use the custom conversion codes themselves. And then adding users, you can add, edit, view new users for your account. You can give them username, passwords, name, and then say, hey, what do you want them to do? Campaign management, link management, funnel management, reports, settings, what do you want to allow them to do? So then you can have your VA come in and actually do this for you. So that is QCC 6. That's the new version. What I want to do for everybody out there that is QCC 5 users, I know a lot of people asked, hey, do you have any special offer for people that are on QCC 5? Because what I did before is, of course, you didn't have to pay any upgrades. Anytime we did an upgrade, it was always available to you. Okay, and it was for free. Now being on a hosted version, and if you want things to be developed and keep on developing, we went into a monthly or an annual pricing structure. Now what I want to do is be fair to all you guys out there. Okay, but I have to be fair to myself as well, my developers, my team. Hey, people have to get, the developer team has to get paid to keep on developing and do stuff, and it's using our servers, which isn't cheap for us as well. So what I have here that you should be able to see on your screen is a offer for a lifetime account. Okay, same kind of like you had with QCC 5. You can keep on using that if you want. QCC 6, if you want a lifetime account, okay, and this will last for 24 hours from this point forward, 24 hours. If you want to get the account, great. I have a special price for you. You can go in, and this is going to be for what we call the advanced account, up to 100,000 clicks a month that you can put through there for special pricing. And basically the special pricing is exactly how much an annual account would actually run. I want to just offer this to you guys that are coming on the webinar. Hopefully you go out there, and again, it is going to be turned off within 24 hours. This is something that I told everybody, better make sure you get to the webinar. So now they know that they should be here. So hopefully you get that. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us and get a hold of us, and we'll definitely help you out. So again, thank you guys, and hopefully see you soon.